Ready to go now. Stephen Gostkowski for the Patriots as we are off and running in Foxborough. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, and he'll get this one. Up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Ryan. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
22!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, a 22. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan taking it in. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Brady now on first down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Gordon, of course, picked up in a trade from the Browns back on September 18th, and he really should help a Patriot offense that has some question marks at wide receiver.
Yeah, you're banking on a lot of potential here with Josh Gordon because if you get the total package, if you get the size, the speed, the catch radius, the ability to play the ball in the air, he has everything. Could be one of the top 3 or 4 receivers in the NFL.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. If you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. And who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
On first down, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dante Hightower in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Ryan on second down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Ivy Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pauvin. Way to go.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. There was only one man who scored a touchdown in Super Bowl 53, and, of course, it was that man we just saw, Sony Michel.
How about him turning it on in the postseason of his rookie year? Because in the 16-game regular season, he didn't play in all 16 now. He did have 6 touchdowns, which is pretty darn good. But he added 6 more touchdown runs in the Patriots' 3 playoff wins. That's pretty significant as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the toss, here's White. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Now he'll throw with Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. Edelman's first catch, and it's good for a first down. Edelman, the 7th wide receiver to be named Super Bowl MVP. 10 catches, 141 yards in that game, Charles.
And just think, if Julian Edelman had followed his heart initially, he would have gone to Canada to play quarterback, which is what he played at Kent State. But he wanted to play in the NFL, willing to make the change to receiver. And how well has that paid off for not just him, but the New England Patriots?
Paid off really well, and he can hide that Super Bowl MVP trophy right in that beard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are back within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put him to good use on that one.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England? Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. Back to Foxborough after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there? Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
Wide! White 20! White 20! Hey, watch it, watch it! Sick guy! Right! Here we go!
Brady now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jack Crawford able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 2nd down, here's Brady. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Brady. This is caught inside the 15. Give him 30 yards there.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Tech McKinley coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Brady. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tech McKinley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The final shot before half for Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10, Brady, he's going to air one out. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, let's go.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady, eluding the pressure right. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, Michelle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here.
Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And he puts it through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard. Line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal Get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
Gun. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Steps away to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
12.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Being chased out left. He'll let it go deep for... And this is caught inside the 5. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on second and goal. To throw again is Ryan. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. This is White. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
So disappointing there for a defensive unit. You hold them to a 4th down in their own territory, you figure you've gotten yourselves off the field, and all of a sudden, here's the offense staying out to go for it. And they wind up getting a 1st down.
From midfield, here's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing now is Brady. Trying for Edelman again. This time he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Back now in Foxborough. They keep it on the ground. White again. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're